What's on YouTube? It's PTT back at it with another Division video. Today guys, I wanted to take a moment to talk you through my classified Nomad build that I use for both PvP and PvE, as this has been by far one of the most requested videos for me to do over the past few days, both on Twitter, in stream chat and on previous videos comment sections. So yeah, here it is guys, and without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Up first, let's remind ourselves of the Nomad gear set talents. So the set bonus 2 will give you 15% health on kill. The set bonus 3, Nomad's Resolve talent, grants a constant small amount of healing, allowing the user to regenerate all segments of health bar during combat. The set bonus 4, Path of the Nomad talent. When receiving fatal damage, you are instead healed to full health. This can occur once every 4 minutes. The new classified set bonus 5 gives you a further 10% health on kill, and the improved Nomad's Resolve talent increases the amount of healing from Nomad's Resolve. Nomad's Resolve will now overheal. And finally, the big one guys, the 6-piece classified talent Nomad's Luck. 50% chance to have no cooldown for Path of the Nomad. Take 60% less damage for 10 seconds after Path of the Nomad has triggered. Basically guys, what all this means is that you get a total of 25% health on kill, which is very nice in both PvP and PvE. You get constant healing in combat, which eventually can overheal you. If you're out of combat, it will 100% overheal you, and you get in effect a recovery link that will keep you alive while taking fatal damage, that has a 50% chance to proc and be ready to proc again straight away afterwards. Bottom line guys, this has become a god mode like gear set for everybody. Personally, I love this set for solo play, as with the 6-piece bonus you have a guaranteed extra life from the Nomad's Luck. You can have an extra life from running a recovery link that will automatically proc when solo, giving you a second guaranteed life, and then you have that 50% chance that your Path of the Nomad will instantly reset when proccing, negating the 4-minute cooldown, and that then obviously gives you even more lives to play with. So yeah, even the hardest of PvE content just became a little bit easier, whereas for PvP, the thing can be insanely good in both the DZ and the dedicated PvP modes too. Now don't get me wrong guys, this isn't just a solo set either. When used in combination with other sets and roles, the Nomad set can be extremely useful in team situations also. Let's take incursions for an example. You're running clear sky and the fuses need to be picked up. Well, as the Nomad, you can grab that box, move towards it, get it where it needs to be, and you don't need to worry about being killed, as your Nomad will take the first hit for you, keeping you alive and letting teammates deal with those pesky NPCs. But anyway guys, that is kind of digressing into the realms of a gear set review, and that's something for a later date. For now, let's jump in and see how my build is put together. So up first, the overview. As you can see, I'm sitting on just over 6.5k firearms and 6.5k stamina, with a lowly roll of just 2.9k electronics. I have 3 pieces of gear rolled to stamina, chest, knees and backpack, and 2 pieces rolled to firearms, my gloves and my mask. I'm running my good old faithful LVO AC and the new exotic SMG, the House. Now note here guys that the House never changes, but depending on whether I'm running PvP or PvE, my LVOA does get changed out for a lightweight M4 with Ferocious, but we can touch on that a little bit more and a bit later on in the video. Now let's look at an actual gear breakdown. My chest has health on kill and ammo capacity. Now bear in mind guys that this is a cross PvP and PvE build, so I opted to go for the health on kill, taking my total health on kill up to 30%. Now the reason for this is that a high amount of health on kill combined with high firearms does allow for you to be fairly aggressive in both PvP and PvE, and combined with my fairly quick time to kill normally means I can run through targets and keep myself alive via the health on kill more than relying on my Path of the Nomad talent proccing. Now if you were to opt for a more focused PvP setup, then you could of course run skill haste or EDR, but you should definitely not run EAD or all resistance, as these have been kind of proven to be fairly useless talents. Hats off actually to Marco here for his recent best in slut guide, for showing all the math behind what is good and not good for your build. If you've actually yet to watch that guys, I will leave it linked in the video description. I highly recommend taking a few minutes of your time to go and watch it. Next, my mask. Here I've chosen to run quick chance, and in the minor section I've chosen damage to elites, as again this is a cross PvP PvE build. The damage to elites for me in PvE is a must, and the quick chance because I want to make sure I am hitting as hard as possible with my quick chance. Quick damage the main focal points for my damage output. On the knee pads then, I have the usual health roll, and again, damage to elites. Again, for the PvE side of things, damage to elites is a must, and the health, well, that rolls in such a high quantity here on the knee pads, it's still the best option. The backpack has, again, health and ammo capacity. The ammo capacity kind of speaks for itself. And again, the health roll here is so high, it's worth losing the skill power when we don't really have any electronics. And the return from 13k skill power isn't really noticeable. To actually show you how little and unnoticeable it would be, my self-heal with my health on my backpack will actually heal me for 75k, and with the skill power roll it heals for 85k. So yeah, I don't really see the point in this when I get more health back with my 30% health on kill than the self-heal with skill power rolled here. The gloves then I rolled to be a damaged focus set, so obviously that meant quick chance, quick damage and weapon damage. My weapon damage of choice being SMG damage because I mainly use my house, and the quick chance, quick damage really are the only way to go here if you're looking to maximise your damage output. And finally the holster. Rolled to health just to help boost up the number a little in our maximum health stat. You could of course opt to go for quick chance here if you're wanting to maximise your damage output, and that is something that I might tweak and swap out at a later date in the future, but as I've said many times guys, this is a cross build and not a sole PvP build. As far as my gear mods go then, I'm running all firearms mods with health. Note guys that the week this is recorded, the crit is actually selling a 263 firearms mod with 3k health, so make sure to go and pick that up. And the performance mods, I am running a full set of 4 6% self-heal mods. That's obviously to try and offset a little bit of the lower electronics on the build. But again, if you were looking for a more sole PvP focused build, then maybe something like Pulse Quick Chance to push your quick chance up by a further 8%. And yeah, overall that kind of makes up the majority of the build, guys. As far as stats goes, I'm fairly happy with my build. I've got 34.5% crit chance, 100% crit damage. I have 12% SMG damage, 28% damage to elites. For the PvE side of the build, obviously 30% health on kill and 375,000 max health. So yeah, I'm very happy indeed. Now, as far as a PvE build goes, I absolutely love this thing, guys. When running solo and occasionally when running in a group, I almost always run my Nomad set. But there are, of course, occasions I do run my classy Pred build, especially when there's a defense build on the team. And in my opinion, the Nomad set really is a great all-round set for solo players and can be fairly useful in a team. Now, as far as PvP goes, well, inside the DZ, I always run my Nomad. No doubts, no questions, no arguments, because, well, it's just that damn good. In Last Stand and Skirmish, however, I do tend to favour my classy striker with Showstopper build, but the Nomad set is even more effective because all the stats are maximised out in those game modes. So, yeah, bottom line, guys, go chase your classy Nomad set. You will not be disappointed. Now, to very quickly touch on my weapons, as I said earlier, I've waffled on for a little bit, so I will try to make this quick. My LVOA has Responsive, Destructive and Competent, while my house runs Deadly, Self-Preserved and obviously the Exotic Talent card counter. Deadly is an absolute must in my opinion, as it increases your crit damage by 15%, and Self-Preserved, while not my ideal second talent on the house, kind of helps because it heals you for 3% of damage dealt when you crit. So yeah, it is a little bit helpful, but I do want a better rolled house eventually. And that, guys, is pretty much everything that I wanted to cover, I think. If I've missed anything, of course, you can ask me in the comments section down below. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and hopefully you did like it and found it helpful. If you did, then please drop a like on the video. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, as there are plenty more Division videos on the way. But for now, guys, I am off. Have a very good New Year. Enjoy New Year's Eve. Don't get too drunk. Keep yourself safe. And until the next video, I'll catch you all soon.